Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Krashy, and today we're going to be diving into a Charizard EX deck profile for the Stellar Crown format. Now, this past weekend is more or less my last tournament run-ins with the Shrouded Fable format, and I ran a deck very similar to this with a few changes that I can talk about, but let's go ahead and dive into the deck list for the Stellar Crown format. So starting off with Charizard EX, we have the 3 Charmanders, 70 HP, the 1 Charmeleon, and the 2 Charizard EX. Now it's a little bit greedy here, I know, but so far I have yet to hit a game where both of them are prized, and when that happens, I will find a reason to put a third. I will find a cut for the third, but this is the basis of the Charizard EX section of the deck list. All right, let's move those to the side. Next, we have, of course, the Pidgeot engine. We have the 2 60 HP Pidgeys and the 2 Pidgeot EX for the quick search. Now, I'm not going to sit here and waste your time like every deck profile and talk about what the deck does. You know what the deck does. I want to show you the list and talk about it. So that is the Pidgeot engine. Now, this next part is rather added in, nothing crazy. We have the 2 Duskull, beautiful Duskulls, of course. We'll talk about why there's 2. The 1 Dusclops and the 2 Dusknoir. Now, this is a new addition for me going into Stellar Crown, because the addition of Briar, we're going to talk about Briar, means that these Curse Blasts, Curse Bombs are so incredibly important. So now we have a line to Duskull, Dusclops, Dusknoir, to Dusclops, Duskull, or Duskull, Dusclops, or, you know, Duskull, Rare Candy Dusknoir, super rotting certain pieces back in. That still allows us to get energy back. This gives us a lot of versatility to play with the Curse Blast, Curse Bomb line. This is incredibly strong with Charizard. We already know that in the Stellar, or in the Shrouded Fable format. In Stellar Crown, I think it's going to be that much more important. So this is definitely making it into the deck. Now, the one-of Pokemon, very simple. We have our Rotom V, our Lumineon V, our Fezandipiti EX, and our Radiant Charizard. No Cleffa in this list. I actually decided to cut the Cleffa essentially for that second Dusknoir. All right, for the supporters, we're keeping it pretty simple. We've got the 4 Arven. This is a standard for me. I can't go lower than 4 Arven. It's too terrifying, which means that we end up on 2 Iono, 2 Boss's Orders, the 1 Briar, 1 Thorton, 1 Professor Turo. So this is a heavy supporter list, for sure. Now, here's the thing. This is Stellar Crown, right? Like, this is the card, dude. This card is nuts. You know that it says you can use this card only if your opponent has exactly 2 prize cards remaining during this turn. Your opponent's active Pokemon, if your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack used by your Terra Pokemon, take 1 more prize card. This is the reason why Charizard is going to continue to be really strong in this format. Now, the Thorton, I think, definitely could be on the table for getting cut, but I think it's actually really good. We saw that with Worlds and Tord and every other Charizard player kind of bringing this to the forefront, because I didn't know anything about this card, never had seen it before. Very good plays. When you're behind, Thorton can bring you back, so I don't like to cut it. Obviously, you need the 1 of Turo, so that way you can kind of like damage recycle one of your Charizards. You can pull up your Radiant Zard, really important, and then the rest of the supporter cast is very obvious in what you're looking for. So let's continue forward. Lots of items. We have all the 4 ofs. We have the 4 of Ultra Balls. I'm not going to make this super fancy looking. We have the 4 of Buddy-Buddy Poffins, the 4 of, and my favorite, Rare Candy. We have the 2 of Nest Balls, the 2 of Counter Catchers. I have different gold Counter Catchers. It's a little bit weird. 2 of Super Rods, 1 Lost Vacuum, 1 Ace Spec of choice is going to be the Unfair Stamp, 1 Forest Seal Stone, 1 Defiance Band, and then 2 stadiums with Temple of Sinnoh and Collapsed Stadium. My perspective on Temple of Sinnoh is that you can't beat Lugia, and sometimes Sinnoh can change that. This is a very consistent set of items. I know that a lot of Charizard players have cut the Lost Vacuum. I think that it's still incredibly important. There's some items, or tools rather, the Bravery Charm, the Ancient Seal capsule, ancient capsule booster, whatever it is. It's hard to deal with. The math gets a little messy, so Lost Vacuum can be a really, really big way to take some big prizes, to swing things in your favor. Collapsed Stadium, of course, to get rid of your 2 prize liabilities, kind of limit the board space. These also act as stadium bumps for the upcoming Area 0, so really nice to have these. And then, you know, we still have our V-Star, of course, Sealstone, Defiance Band, amazing for fixing math, and then the 4-ofs for consistency. 2 Nest Balls. I see a lot of 3 Nest Ball lists. I think I wish I could do it. I don't know how they do it, but this is what we're going with for now on the items and the tools. And last but not least is our energy. This is messy. And for our energy, it's going to be nice and sweet. We have 5 fire basics and 1 mist energy. Now, the mist energy is important, I think, with Frenzied Gouging. I think with TM Devolution, more Guardies are probably going to be getting played after Baltimore. The mist energy is going to be important. I also think that I removed my double turbo energy for the mist energy because now with Briar, the Radiant Charizard earlier in the game at that 230 damage is less important. You don't really need to do that as much. Using Radiant Charizard in general, I think, is less important. You don't want to cut it. I just don't, or it's not that it's less important early, it's that you can't do it when you make this decision. But I think Radiant Charizard in general is a little less important in this format with the addition of Briar. So the Briar play in a lot of my testing doesn't always come up, but it's the potential that it has to come up that makes it so incredibly strong. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to continue to play with the Dusk line and make really big plays, 4 prize turn plays. And yeah, so let's quickly talk about the changes that I made from my cup to this list. In this weekend's cup yesterday, I haven't really been leaning into the Unfair Stamp lately. I have been playing the Hero's Cape. So the Unfair Stamp was a Hero's Cape this weekend. I still think Hero's Cape is really, really good. I think Prime Catcher, Zard's A-spec of choice right now is really wide open. The second Dusknoir, which I have in this stack, the second Dusknoir was my Cleffa, more or less. So Cleffa still an amazing basic to throw in the list. It's actually one of the cards that I'm having the hardest time parting with. It truly is. I feel a little bit naked without it. The mist energy in this context was my double turbo energy. Been playing with 5 energies, 5 basics for a while, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember exactly what else I cut, but prior to this list this weekend, I was playing a Hisuian Heavy Ball. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't really remember what I have in here now. That was the cut for that, but yeah, I had a Hisuian Heavy Ball, so keep that in mind as well. Oh, it was the Briar. The Briar, because it wasn't legal, this was a Hisuian Heavy Ball. So if you've got another challenge, you could toy around moving these around to Cleffa, Hero's Cape, whatever A-spec of choice. Double Turbo potentially over Mist Energy if you're not comfortable running the Mist Energy. And then obviously if Briar is not legal for you yet, then you will not run the Briar. But friends, there you have it. That's my Charizard EX deck profile. I'm going to show you something really quickly that I built. I played it today very unsuccessfully. I think I need more practice. I literally built it today and tried to go into a cup with it, and honestly it played well. I didn't have the best luck with it. But Turbo Charizard, we've got a lot of Dusknoir lines in here. We've got the Pokestops. We have a really short supporter line, but we've got some Charizards, some Charmanders, some Prime Catcher, Mew EX. I'm looking for the pieces, obviously. Charizard EX, Pokestops, because there's a ton of Night Stretchers, a ton of 4-ofs, Pokegear, ton of items, trekking shoes in this list. Pokestop, like I said, Squawkabilly. So Turbo Charizard, definitely something that I think could be played with. Obviously the Fezandipiti EX in pretty much any list, and then a Heavy Ball. This is something I want to experiment with. If you're interested in seeing something about that, then maybe I can make a video for it. Maybe I will make a video for it. So friends, thank you so much for watching. Drop a like in the video. I'm going to try to get to posting more. I'm just enjoying playing the game, so I get out and play. And I need to get more into the YouTube side of things. So thank you so much for the support. Drop a comment, man. I haven't heard from you all in a while. And for some of you Pokemon people that are coming back towards me, back towards my way, it's nice to see you again. I hope you're doing well. So yeah, have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. As always, be sure to be kind of one another. Tell somebody you love them. And I'll see you on the next video.